Well, the launch of the new Stampin' Up Annual Catalog is right around the corner. Are you excited? So today I have some fun card ideas that I want to share with you that feature the new In Color collection. And I also have some information for you about my new In Color card making club. Hi, it's Lynn Dunn from Stamptastic Designs. Thanks so much for joining me today. In this episode of Stamptastic TV, I have two different card designs that I want to share with you. Now, the cards in this video feature the 5 new In Colors from the 2020-2022 Stampin' Up In Color collection. So we have Magenta Madness, Bumble Bee, Just Jade, Misty Moonlight, and Cinnamon Cider. Now, besides the fun new colors that I have to share with you today, I'm going to show you how to make this slanted card design. And then we're going to take this piece that we cut out of here, and I'm going to show you how to make another card with that center section. For a complete list of supplies and all of the step-by-step instructions for creating these cards, feel free to download the printable tutorial. You can find the link in the description below this video. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about my In Color card making club. So I started this club last year and it was so popular and everybody loved it that I decided to do it again this year. So basically what it involves is it's a 5-month club. Since there are 5 colors, that's why it's 5 months. And so each month you will receive a new color goodie package. So for example, the first month we are going to focus on the Misty Moonlight color. So you'll get all the designer paper, you'll get cardstock, you'll get ribbon, enamel dots, ink, everything you need to create the cards that I put together for that particular month. So in your goodie package, you will get everything you need to create 8 different cards. Plus you will get a printable tutorial. So it's a lot of fun. Of course, I always put little gifts and little surprises in every goodie package. So I hope you will consider joining us. You can find out more information by clicking on the link featured in the description below this video. Okay, so the concept for creating these cards is pretty much the same no matter what color you decide to use. So we're going to use the Magenta Madness color today. Even though I created all the cards in all the 5 different colors, we'll just focus on one color for the purpose of this demonstration. So the first thing you will need is some designer paper. So I have a 6x6 inch piece of the new designer paper that features the In Colors. So this is the Magenta Madness, and it has a fun design on the back and the front. So we're going to use both designs for this particular card, but we'll just use one design for this. So I have 2 white card bases that I created. So I have a 5 1/4 by 4 inch piece of the Magenta Madness cardstock, and so that's really all we need to create both of these cards. Now I'm going to be embellishing the cards with some of the little medium daisies, so I created these with the daisy punch. And then I also just cut out a couple little circle shapes, little 1/2 inch circles to embellish the center of the daisies. And then I'm going to be using some die cut words to finish decorating the card. And the last thing I will be using are just a couple of the enamel dots in the fun new In Colors. All right, so let's get started. Okay, so we are going to create this card first. We're going to do the cutting on our cardstock to create the fun little angled design. And then the leftover piece we're going to use to create our second card. So I'm going to set this one aside for now. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut our 6x6 inch piece of pattern paper. So I'm going to cut it down to 5 1/4 inches. And then you'll be left with this little 3/4 inch piece that you can use on the inside of your cards or just save it for another card. All right, now you're going to turn your designer paper to the 6 inch side, and we are going to cut 3 pieces of designer paper at 2 inches. So for the purpose of this video, we are going to be using these 3 pieces. We're going to use one for the first card, and we're going to use these 2 pieces for the second card. Okay, so now we're going to create our angle card design. So I just have a 5 1/4 by 4 inch piece of the Magenta Madness cardstock. And what I'm going to do is place it in my paper trimmers so that the 4 inch side is up towards the top here. and the 5 1/4 inch is on the side. So I'm going to take the upper left-hand corner here, and I'm going to line it up on that 1 inch mark. And then I'm going to take the bottom corner and I'm going to line it up on the 1 1/2 inch mark down here. So we have the 1 inch, 1 1/2, and we're just going to make our first cut. Okay, so we have our first cut. Now we're just going to take our cardstock and we're going to turn it around. And we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to line it up on the 1 and the 1 1/2 and make the second cut. So this is what your pieces should look like once you finish your cutting. So if you push your pieces together, you can see that this is the original 5 1/4 by 4 inch piece of cardstock. So we're going to use these two pieces on this first card. And this middle section, we're just going to remove it for now, and we will be using it on card number 2. Okay, so I think we are ready to put together our card. So these are the pieces that we just cut. So this is 2 by 5 1/4 inches. And then this is a 5 1/4 by 4 inch piece that we cut a center section out of. So the first thing we're going to do is adhere the 2 by 5 1/4 inch piece directly down the center of the cardstock. Now our card is going to be this direction. I just turned it this way just to make it easy to adhere it. Now the next thing we're going to do is adhere these two pieces of cardstock that we cut to the top and to the bottom, and we're going to overlap them onto the designer series paper. Now I'm popping mine up with a few dimensionals, but you can adhere them flat down. Okay, that's it. Now that we have our background, we can go ahead and start embellishing it. So I'm just using a little daisy that I created with the medium daisy punch. And then I'm adding a little die cut that says thanks. Then for the finishing touch, I'm simply embellishing it with a couple little enamel dots. And there you go. A quick and simple card idea and a great way to show off your pattern papers. Okay, the second card idea I have to share with you features a great way to use that leftover piece. So when we created this card, we cut out that middle section here, and I just didn't want to throw this away because it was a nice piece, nice angled piece. So we're going to use that to create card number 2. So we're going to use the front and the back. So each of these pieces are 2 by 5 1/4 inches. So I am using both sides of the pattern paper to create a fun design. So I'm using one side on the top of the card and the other design on the bottom, and I'm just adhering these right next to each other. So we are going to use this piece to cover up that seam between the two pieces of designer paper. Now you can adhere this piece using dimensionals, or you can just adhere it flat to the card. I'm just going to adhere it flat to the card. And then I'm simply going to decorate it with the same daisies and the same die cut. And of course you can add a couple little embellishments up on the top. So there you go, that's it. 2 quick and simple card designs that you can use with any pattern papers that you have on hand. So there you go. Now you have 2 different simple card designs that you can use with really any pattern paper or cardstock that you have on hand. So just get creative with it. And I hope you decide to join my In Color Club this year. Simply click on the link featured in the description below this video for more information. Thanks so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know by liking it and sharing it with your friends. And leave me a comment below to let me know what you enjoyed most about the video and the cards shared here today. Have a fun and creative day, my friends. Take care.